Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Atlantic Senior Fours held here at the Athena Beach Hotel in Paphos, Cyprus. This is the second time for the event, following the very successful inaugural event back in 2023. The game you're joining us for is our third game of the day, and it is a ladies Group 2 match between the Isle of Man and England A. Isle of Man are going to be playing with blue coloured bowl stickers, and England A will be red stickers, and that will match the scoreboard. Sitting alongside me today is England legend, and I know he doesn't like being called that, so England legend John Bell. Welcome, John.
Thank you. Hello, world.
So this game has just started. Isle of Man, on the first day and the first bowl, Isle of Man have delivered the jack and played their first bowl. You will also see two other matches there on our screen. We also have Cyprus A playing the US of A, and Spain playing Australia. We will bring you updates on those scores as and when we can, and we also have a number of matches taking place throughout the rest of the rinks, and we'll give you updates on those from our roving reporters every 5 ends or so. Isle of Man have had a change in the order of play. So at lead we have Bernice McGreal, second is Marilyn Ellison, third Karen Slack, and the skip is Dee Lewis. For England A, lead is Lean Hampshire, second Alison Mondrell, third Sandra Aldridge, and the skip is Anne Bernard.
And viewers that have been with us all week will see from the opening bowls that the backhand down in this direction is a very reasonable draw. The only thing we would say is that you mustn't be too wide on that side.
And yet again, we've got a number of multicoloured bright shirts there. So Isle of Man in the red and the yellow, and England in the red and white stripes around the bottom. I'm not a fashion expert, so I'm not sure how you describe that.
Designer squiggle, would that be?
Designer squiggle. You see, that is why we have celebrity bowlers with us.
Correct.
There's no end to your ability, John.
Absolutely right.
So far, we've got 2 to blue, so Isle of Man are holding 2. Until then. So now 1-2 red, England. We rely hugely on our team of volunteer umpires, markers, NTOs in the red shirt. So we take our guidance from them if we can't just quite clearly see who's holding shot. So I've got to say really nice things about that NTO with the lollipops, because that is the wife of Chris, who's helping us with the IT. Nice way to keep it in the family, Chris. So very good ball.
Yeah, all credit to these ladies. They're finding a very good line down that side for the opening end.
It's now 2 to the Isle of Man. It's a really good start. was a good effort. So we just have the two skips now heading down to play there. First bowls, San Bernard for England and D. Lewis for Isle of Man. These games are played over 15 ends or 2.5 hour time limit. And we have been getting the games just in within that 2.5 hours, although we have noticed as well that these later games do take a little bit longer, probably a factor of the lights and getting used to it, and maybe the slightly colder conditions as it gets cooler in Cyprus here in the evening.
Yeah, another great line down that side.
They've started off playing that side really well, John.
Very well, yeah, as good as any team that's been on this rink.
Okay. Okay, so first end goes to Isle of Man. They're in the blue colour on the scoreboard, so that is 1 to Isle of Man at the end of the first end. And not a bad end to begin with, John.
Very good, very good. It's caused a few problems during the early stages of this tournament,
It has.
this rink, but no problem for these ladies.
So Bernice there as the Isle of Man lead, been playing for 14 years, got over 260 international caps, played in multiple countries over the world, 20 national titles. And John, you were saying you recognised her from having seen her around various tournaments.
Yeah, World Championships and Commonwealth Games. She's represented the Isle of Man.
Now, interesting, Bernice was originally down to play skip and is playing lead in this game.
Well, I think they haven't been faring too well, have they, in this tournament? So I think they've adopted the Lancelot system and have had a shuffle about.
They have struggled, yeah. They are sitting down in 10th position currently. Isle of Man, they won their opening game, but have then lost their next two games, although one of those was to the Irish ladies, who are a very, very strong quartet. But Isle of Man ladies currently in 10th place out of a group of 11, so a little bit of work to do for them.
And viewers will see that the backhand in this direction is a much wider draw. So that punishes the bigger bending ball if you're slightly tight.
One of the challenges we have at this end, because their camera position is quite high up, is if the jack is more towards the end of the rink, is just establishing who's holding shot, so we rely on the NTOs for that a bit, and of course players who, through natural enthusiasm, stand very close to the head and the jack. Okay, so looks like one blue in this twilight. Isle of Man holding one shot.
Noticeable that all the players have failed to give their balls enough land on this side.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
All finishing inside the jack.
So Isle of Man third playing, it's just Karen Slack. Looks like just running through to the ditch.
Well, the second end's a lot different from the first.
It is a
isn't
little
it?
bit different.
Experience would tell you that if you've got the choice of two hands and one's a big bender and one's a sort of tighter to the jack, you always play the tighter side.
Yes.
Because there's less room for error. Whereas the bigger the hand, the more chance of something going wrong.
It's a closer F, still a little bit short. Yeah, they both, I think in the first time they played the forehand away, and now they're all playing so they played backhand away, and now they're playing backhand coming back down towards us.
Well, the game last night we saw with England and Cyprus, all the balls were played on the left-hand side of the rink there, virtually.
And the same for the game we just watched this afternoon as well. Most of those were played on that left-hand side. We may well see these players adjusting, but Another bull coming down that right hand side as we look at it. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, so please feel free to add some comments, add any questions, any observations, who you're supporting, where you're watching from, if your family is playing or your club, anything like that. We're just keen to understand and participate, and any questions we'll gladly, if we can answer, we will gladly do so. Yeah, very good. So that is 2 to red, so 2 to England. Good ball there from Anne Bernard. Those orange balls. We'll pick those out in the dark. Oh, another.
Oh, well bowled.
Very good ball from D.
The master did in the end.
Yeah. So Anne's coming up to have a look. Anne Bernard, the English skip, been playing for 40 years, and her nickname is One Bull Bernard. So we'll see how true that is.
Let's hope it's a good one.
So I'm just trying to see that colour. That is one blue. So another one to Isle of Man. So Isle of Man lead 2 after the first 2 ends. So just a shout out from a friend of mine from the USA who's dialed in, Bill Hedden, Bill and Shirley. Plays bowls with me down in Florida in Clearwater. Currently back in New Jersey in the cold, but thanks Bill. And of course the USA are playing tomorrow, so but probably a little bit early for you, Bill, bearing in mind the time difference.
Do you think Trump will be dialing in, do you think?
I think it's probably still his bedtime at that time of the morning. Yeah, Bill lives in Toms River in New Jersey. I think there's a snowstorm there at the moment. I know certainly there's a snowstorm in Ontario and the Great Lakes the last couple of days. We thankfully have nicer weather here in Cyprus. Oh, it just slipped through. For those of you who might not be familiar with this tournament, it's a World Bowls endorsed tournament event for players aged 55 and over. And I think it's one of the only ones of this type internationally in the world. only be able to put this on with the support of Bold Cyprus and its volunteers, and of course the Constantinou brothers, who are the owners of this fantastic complex here in Paphos. This year we have 20 countries, 220 players, which is up from the tournament back in 2023 when we had 12 countries.
Yeah, and I think it's a really creditable performance by Bold Cyprus, one of the smallest associations in the world. And to put this on, it's magnificent.
It is superb. So Isle of Man continuing to show a strong start, holding 3 shots at present. Another one in there, making 4. Still lots of room. I think 50% of Bold Cyprus members are currently involved in this event, either playing or marking, or in our case, helping out with the IT and the recording and the live streaming in the website.
And yeah, virtually as soon as the 23 event finished, they started planning for this one.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
Yeah, it's a great effort. So whilst you hear John and I blabbering on and talking rubbish, we actually have a team of 5 here in the room with us. So we have Chris and Jim from Bold Cyprus looking after the streaming and the IT, and our cameraman Panikos from the hotel.
Yes, the ladies are certainly more comfortable on this side of the ring.
Yeah, they
going in
are.
this direction. All they need to do is just home in on the actual weight required. I think they've got the line fixed.
So Sandra continued to play on this backhand. Great ball. That was a pressure ball even at this early stage, John.
Yeah, good.
1 shot to England.
A couple of good balls in the early stages, you know, settles you down and you know, gives you more confidence, and you can make a contribution more quickly into the game.
Yeah, of course.
And I've said many times on all the rinks here have got their own individual characteristics, so it's important that particularly the front end adjust very quickly, and if they can get in, it's the teams that are having the best results with the first 2 players that are having the most success.
And we saw that this morning in the televised game between Spain and Norfolk Islands, where the Spanish front end were just fantastic, and they dominated that game, made the difference.
Because just playing the weighted ball, 2 or 3 yards of weight, is very difficult on these rinks.
Yeah.
And it's virtually a draw or drive. And I think the Australians are playing very successfully because that's their normal modus operandi, if you like. That's what happens in Australia, and they're adapting the same performance here. And we've seen, I think, too many rinks being reluctant to attack. You know, they shouldn't be afraid to be aggressive. But I mean, when I mean aggressive, it's not the sort of Mickey Mouse couple of yards. It's just going more directly at their heads if they're going against you.
I was sharing that with Anne Dunwoody this morning, what you'd said about there comes a point in the game when you've got to be proactive and just make sure and try and make something happen.
And it's soul destroying for a team that's playing, you know, very good lead balls. If they're getting them destroyed regularly, you do get a bit fed up with it, you know, and it sort of your confidence goes down a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally. So still 1-2 England. Yep, so confirmation. Red lollipop paddle. So England win that, and they're now on the board. That's 2-1 to Isle of Man after 3 ends. But generally, decent standard from many of the players. So. Just to explain how this tournament works, we divide the teams into 2 sections. So as I said, this is Group 2, Section 2. There's 11 teams in each section. Top 2 qualify for the semi-final, and then the semi-finals and finals are played all on the same day on the 8th of December. Same for the gents competition, although there's 13 teams in each of those sections. And the advantage of this round robin, of course, is that if you do get off to a slow start, or indeed you're getting off to a great start, every game is different. You've got to keep that momentum going or rebuild, because shots and points will really matter come the end of the week when we come to total up those final positions.
Yeah, well, a great example is our own England B side, because I think the very first game they won 32-5. So that was plus 27 immediately, so that gives them a big cushion. And it's now getting to the stage where a lot of teams are winning their games, but you know, with 27 shots to start with, it's given them you know, sufficient shots, and they're still in the lead.
Yes, yeah, very important to maintain that cushion if you can. Obviously, just seeing the measure come out for the jack length, we've seen this quite a bit on this rink. Especially in this evening session where the conditions are a little bit cooler. And no, not a surprise to us who've been watching it, is that jack length didn't quite make it. Obviously England were trying to play to a different length. So Isle of Man get the opportunity to throw the jack to their desired length, assuming they don't throw it short or throw it into the ditch. So we'll get you some scores from the adjacent rinks in an end or two. USA on the rink to your left, and yeah, you're quite right, Bill. That's Martha, who's playing second on the USA team, friend of ours from the Southeastern Division in Florida.
The USA men's team, their men's team rather, they're flying at
They
the moment.
are fantastic. Yeah, they've won, I think, their first 5 matches, doing really, really well. Of course, they won a bronze medal here in 2023, got a silver in the mixed, and their team is selected. But they all play together very, very frequently. Yeah, they're doing really, really well. And we'll see them tomorrow afternoon playing South Africa.
There's some very good reports coming in about the way South Africa have been playing as well.
Yes. They just lost the previous match to Spain by 2 shots, but you know they will be there or thereabouts come the end of the week.
Their teams were brilliant last in 23.
Yeah, they
Outstanding.
were. They were outstanding. South Africa played a game less because they had one of the early buys, so they're still very much in the hunt. Yeah, excellent ball.
A very steady bend on that side of the ring.
Indeed, yeah. Karen Slack was getting very excited there, jumping up and down. We'll maybe not comment on that, John. We didn't see that happen, did we?
No.
It's actually quite easy to do that. Easier than you think, unfortunately.
Just what you wanted on a televised game.
No, that's not the time to do it, perhaps.
Family members would have switched off by now. You can tell that the temperature's just dropping slightly with the coats that are getting put on there. It can become chilly here in the evenings. Not as cold as the north of England, of course, John. Certainly not. Yeah, in theory, the colder the surface, then the slower it gets under normal circumstances.
Ooh, he's definitely trying for that. Okay, so just got indication of score there. It's 1 red, so it's England. Again, these sort of dusky conditions sometimes not always easy to distinguish between red and blue, especially if you're a bit simple like I am. Wow, excellent ball.
That's the perfect ball in this situation, so it didn't make the head any bigger. Locked the shot ball in.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. One ball Bernard living up to her nickname. It was an excellent draw. So England holding 2. Wow, very impressive.
2 ball Bernard now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good bowling. Yeah, 3 now to England.
Time for a bit of aggression, I think.
Just didn't have the power for that.
No, neither. No. It was a poor effort,
So-
to be honest, wasn't it? I mean, it needed to be disturbed, and that was only a drawing ball. It wouldn't have done any damage anyway. But as we say, it's easy up here.
It is really easy up here. We're experts up here, John.
Oh, indeed.
So 3 shots to England. Really good end for the skip, and 4-3 England lead after 4 ends. It's a bit of a David and Goliath type meeting, this, because I think there's only one club on the Isle of Man.
I think there is, yeah.
Opened in 1977, 60 members, and if you compare that to England, I think there's something like 2,000 outdoor clubs affiliated to Bowls England. I don't know whether that's correct or not, John, but it's probably not too far off the truth.
Yeah, and I think there's been a slight increase in membership as well recently, which is a really good sign because, overall over the last few years across the world, I mean, bowling numbers have been dropping.
Yes.
Not drastically, and in comparison with sort of other sports, we've done quite well.
Yeah.
But there's actually been a reversal in England, and I think Bowls England now are doing a lot more marketing
Yes.
and improving the image of the game. And I mean, I think it was some months ago, BBC, in the morning breakfast television, they did about 20 minutes just before the Big Bowls weekend. And it was the best promo that has been on for bowls on television, because normally it's either in an advert where there's an average age is about 107 playing bowls for insurance or something, you know what I mean? And that was really good promotion. And I think it started to work. And I mean, and about going on about the over 60s and over 55s, I mean, there's been a lot more promotion of that in this last few years. So that's attracted more people into the game because, in all fairness, I mean, the majority of bowlers in England, and like a lot of other countries, are the older end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they can still enjoy and be very good at the sport.
But particularly in environments like this, where it's not physically heavy to play on a sort of a surface, So, and obviously we're living longer.
With a bit of luck.
Sorry?
With a bit of luck.
So it's only natural that there is a focus for the more, what we call it, senior, mature bowler. So we saw just prior to that another jack that didn't quite meet the minimum levels. So England have a preference for the shorter jack.
Dad, I did mention that before, that the wider you get on this ring going down that side, there's a tendency for the ball to hold.
Yeah, it does.
It just slips down straight down the outside. Whereas that ball is slightly on the narrow side, but it still doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. It's still somewhere in thereabouts, especially with that jack high weight.
Certainly the percentage hand to play.
Yeah.
You'd think we knew something about it, wouldn't you?
Do you know what? I'm impressed, John.
Yeah, good man.
That's not bad for a beginner from you.
I know.
You should take this game up.
I amaze myself at times.
As we're coming towards the end of the fifth end, we'll try and gather some scores from around the green, and obviously we will start with the two games that are being played adjacent to us.
See, you won't get away with that on that side of the
No,
green because it's a big bend.
And in fact, it might probably still on that ball, but it's going to be checked.
Of course, the different type of balls that you play with, depending on the bias. I mean, that dictates which your hand should be your favourite.
Yeah,
I mean, the bigger hand would suggest that the tighter running ball was more suited to that side.
So it's interesting. We talked about those yellow balls just slightly missing the line, but they're in the count.
That's right. That's right.
Lee and Hampshire, the English lead, playing those yellow balls, but that's a
good ball down that side.
Yeah,
it is a good
indeed.
ball.
So, change there now. 1-2, Isle of Man. So I'll just prompt our roving reporters to try and find us some updated scores. The job that you were doing earlier on, John.
Oh, that's indeed. Roving reporter, news at 10. With all the different levels for these greens,
There is.
When you're going from green to green and back to you reporting, it's like it should be a qualified fitness routine.
There's an annual race in the Empire State Building in New York. I think it's February every year, and the competition is to run up the stairs.
Yeah.
So I think you were in training for that today, John, with the number of steps you were doing. Don't think that ball's going to make it. It's nearly drawn shot in the other end of the rink. That was Karen Slack's ball, Isle of Man. So still 1-2 to England there, I think, with that ball of Allison's.
Very good.
Okay. So after that first end, the English team seemed to have settled a little bit quicker into this game now.
We might just have turned it over enough. There's no indication that it is shot, but
That's
must be close now.
yeah, 1-2, 1 to Isle of Man. There's a blue paddle one up there. Okay, we're getting the binoculars out. We're going to have a look and see if we can get those scores. Oh, excellent ball. So, they're swinging back to red now after Anne's ball. England holding 1.
Yeah, she's made an impressive start to the game, Anne.
Yeah, she has indeed.
Great effort, just short of a couple of feet.
So we have an update on the USA Cyprus match, and good news for you, Bill. It's 7-1 to the USA. So clearly Martha's doing something right. And then the other adjacent match, that Spain 2, Australia 5, in that other ladies match. So, okay. So great ball there from Anne. England pick up another shot. That's now 5-2 to England.
Any Crown Green bowlers watching will be noting that when you're short with shot against, it's a heinous sin.
I think there's a lot. I think they play a lot of Crown Green balls on the Isle of Man. I think
Yeah,
that's
they
one
do,
of
yeah.
Of course, even though the Isle of Man only has that one club and a smaller number of pool of players to select from, they do get a lot of international experience, and that helps with general competitive ability. So coming to things like this, European competitions, World Champion of Champions.
Well, when it comes to Commonwealth Games, you know, it isn't Great Britain anymore or UK. It's divided up. Well, Jersey and Guernsey go in, and there's
Yes.
Isle of Man. So it gives the smaller national associations a really good chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're picking out some good lines down that side now.
Yeah, they are.
Just weight adjustment required, but very promising. Hello, here's another rogue. One escaped from rink 10.
Was very nimble by D there, getting across to that. Ooh. And Anne's daughter has joined the live stream. Anne Bernard rather, sorry. Mum's doing well.
She is. Two ball Bernard now. I'm afraid you've no chance when you come trying to come up the middle there when you've got a hand that's quite a big bender.
No, that you really notice the that coming down towards us on that side of the rink, what a challenge it is. But you know, you've got to try and help yourself with taking a bit of grass. Yeah, good jack high ball.
See that ball, it was tight. It looked tight, but it held well, so it's still in the area. So it's a much better choice of hand.
So Isle of Man holding one shot, and we've had some updated scores from around the rest of the matches. So Scotland B5, Cyprus B6, Canada B2, South Africa 5. Namibia are 4 behind in their match. Norfolk Islands 4, England B1. Wales 2, Canada A2. Scotland A7, Czech Republic 3. And Jersey B0, Cyprus, the 2023 ladies champions, 8. So they've not had it as easy this year, the ladies champions from Cyprus, but that's so far they're making good progress in that match.
I watched them the other day actually when they played Scotland. They were very impressive.
Yeah, they're not sitting so high on the tables this year. Yeah, I think the 2023 champions are probably just mid-table at the moment.
Mm.
But a long way to go. We've only played half of the games. Not even half for some of the sections. Ooh. Somebody must have moved there at the back of that head. Put Anne off her stride.
Great weight.
Yeah, very, very good weight indeed.
Is that an England ball that's laying short?
I think it might be a blue ball of Isle of Man. Marilyn the second is playing with those blue balls. We'll see if we get an indication from the lollipops. And I know that's not the correct term, but oh, excellent ball.
Perfect line.
Good ball there from Anne. Yeah, that's a nice shot ball. 1-2 England. She's had a great start to the match, Anne.
Very good.
Really good drawing balls. Goodness me. Come on. Karen's there. That's it. Thanks, Karen. Oh, very close. Yeah, well done. Very good. Two good balls from the skips there. So England secure another shot. So after 6 ends, it is England 6, Isle of Man 2. We're often asked, how do teams get to be here? And the process is that every country is sent an invitation to the organisers send an invitation to the organising body of the various countries, and each country is allowed to nominate 2 teams, 2 men's teams and 2 women's teams, and there's various methods they use for that. For some of the countries, first refusal goes to the winners of their national senior fours competitions, or they can go through a selection process. And it tends to be in England and Scotland and Wales that they give the first refusal to the national winners. In other countries, Canada, South Africa, Australia, and Ireland actually have done this approach this year. They've gone through a selection process. The USA have a selection process, but that's because they don't have the equivalent of a national fours championship. So a mixture of both, but it has to be by invitation to the national authority. And we were talking, John, the other day. You were sort of relaxed on which approach was taken.
Yeah, well, it's noticeable that the countries that actually select their teams, you know, the likes of Australia and South Africa in particular, they've gone for the top-notch players. They're very, established players and winners of either state or national competition.
Yes.
So the teams are very strong, but they're obviously if they're picked from different states, they haven't played together. Whereas the advantage of the teams that have qualified by winning their national competition, they're obviously play together often, and therefore they have that advantage in that way.
Yes.
But I mean, there's no doubt that when you watch like last year was and 23 was a classic example.
Yep.
The South African teams were absolutely outstanding. right
They
through
were.
the tournament. So I mean, you could understand, that they'd selected them, the top guys and girls, and they proved a point.
And we are quite fortunate in that we get to see the profile forms that the players have submitted, and for those countries, the quality of what they've won is huge.
But equally, in 23, the men's team that won it were the lads from the northeast,
That's
the
right,
Durham lads,
the Durham lads.
Alan Theobald and
Yep.
his colleagues, and they won the national fours title, and they played heroically to win. They actually won the final.
They did.
They were never in the game to the last four ends, and then when they turned up, they won.
And I think they, after winning the English national fours, senior fours, they went on to win the British Isles the following year.
Yeah.
So that's an example of four players who've played together for a long period of time and know each other very well.
I was watching them this afternoon. They're back again. And,
They are.
and they're playing really well again.
They are indeed, yes.
And the beauty of this competition as well, I mean, for the less fancied combinations, it's a great event because if you're playing against teams that are better than you, it's the only way to learn.
Yes,
and
it is.
you only get better if you're playing against somebody that's better than you.
Completely.
And they'll go away from here, with much benefit.
Yeah. Well, I played here 2 years ago, and I'd never been at this level of competition, and it's the best experience I've ever had, because you learn in those. You're playing against those players with lots of international experience, and it's enjoyable, but you really learn a lot as well.
Yeah.
Recommend it to anybody if you have an opportunity to try and get involved in this.
And let's not forget, like the purpose of the game as well is to enjoy it.
Of course.
Although that may be more difficult when you get into the top international competition. To say you're enjoying it, you enjoy it if you won
If you win,
afterwards.
yeah.
But there's a bit of pressure on you, I've got to say.
So Adaman holding one shot here with Bernice on that grey ball to the left-hand side of the jack.
To be fair, there's too many balls not contributing to this game,
No.
I'm afraid. But
There's quite a few not there.
still all to play for, 6-2.
Yeah, just over a third of the way through. So one blue, Isle of Man. That really hasn't changed since the opening balls of the lead, so see what the back end players can do now.
Still, I think still the best option is to play down the steadier hand on the backhand and try and get inside those the balls near the jack.
Very good. Yeah. Sandra Aldridge there, then third. Karen's chasing after that one. I'm sure, not surprising when you chase after a bull, John, it doesn't tend to get there.
And I think opting for a positional ball there, just in case the Isle of Man want to play for the jack. Oh, great try.
Yeah, indeed.
Still opted for the draw. Very close. Need a better look at the head now. It was a great line.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so close.
Was. So one shot to the England again. One red. So Isle of Man have become a little bit stuck on that after the first two ends. So it's now England 7, Isle of Man 2 after 7 ends.
I think that's a fair result at the moment.
Yeah,
I think England have been a little bit more consistent.
They have been, yeah. Just a reminder for those of you watching on YouTube, you know, if you want to post some more comments or observations, very, very welcome. We were talking about pressure and top level bowls international. You don't strike me as someone who suffered from a lot of stress and pressure, John. How did you, is that the approach you took when you were playing?
Well, I think it's an absolute requisite being, having a really good temperament, because it's you've got to be in control for every situation, and you've got to be able to react to, particularly when you're going well and you win in the ends, and then all of a sudden with the opposition get a fluke, and they get a 6 or something, and you've got to be able to react to that positively. And it's not, oh dear me, we've lost that. Oh heck, it's that you've got to get your head down to make sure you get them back as soon as you can. And I mean, there is a lot of pressure. I mean, we we played in when we played in the final of the World Fours, in Adelaide. There was 3,000 people watching. And I mean, you're under the microscope.
Yeah.
But you just, the more you play and the more you play at a higher level, then you get you acclimatise to the atmosphere and what's required. But it's an asset being able to be calm and collected.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that.
And I suppose as a skip, you then setting the tone for how the rest of the rink plays as well.
That's right. Well, you control. A good skip is what you don't want is just a good player going last. Your skip's got to be a man manager as well, so that he controls. He encourages his players. He doesn't get upset with them when they throw them all over the place. He keeps them going, and he sets the tone for the rink and how they play.
Yeah.
And he must know all the strengths of his men. So it's it's more than just playing his ball as a skip. A good skip he's got a load of tasks to do. And,
sports psychology, isn't it, really?
Indeed. He's a samurai warrior of balls.
So Cyprus Alaman holding one shot there with Bernice. Did it again. Oh, I got Cyprus stuck in my head. I need to go to behaviour trading or something. People listening are going, what is he talking about?
I've made you dizzy with all my
you have.
Talk
I'm
about
bamboozled. Skips. Yeah. My brain cells are burnt out, John, by that analysis you just did.
Anyway, still a simple draw available for all the players here. And just to continue a little bit, I mean, a good skip need only play half a dozen good balls in a game, and you can win the game by creating extra shots and whatever, but and saving shots. It's equally important to save as it is to create.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So, one blue, Isle of Man.
Yeah, the Isle of Man need to be getting back in this game.
They too can quickly, another couple of ends and we'll be two thirds way through the game, and then you start chasing it. Okay. Excellent ball, stuck with it. Maybe a little bit of fortune.
Yeah, the Isle of Man need to string together one really good end and get their confidence back. And
so we were talking about, how do people rings get to be in this competition. The English team are actually the winners of the National Senior Fours back in 2023. Only one of them's not here this year, and Alison Mondrell, who just played that ball, so Alice is playing the front end. She has joined them.
Still a channel on that forehand. If you got a nice weight, would see them finish into the jack area. Just a ball wide. Short and tight. Not really what was required.
So Karen just played that ball. Her husband's also here playing as well, and there's a large number of partners. Bernice, who's playing lead for Isle of Man, her husband Clive is also part of the Isle of Man team.
And he's been all over the world playing in different tournaments as well.
A fantastic CV he has as well. Yeah, very much. Ooh. And their son also plays as well. Mark. Sounding a little bit like Rob Wheel and his family. In the family bowling business.
Well, interesting to know how many balls are shot down there.
Yeah, it was 2.
Well, I think this is crying out for certainly a heavy ball coming down that either side really. Just needs to sort of get into that head. At least ditch weight.
Ooh.
I think that was hardly heavy enough, unfortunately.
No. Okay, so leave it to the thirds to sort it out. Umpire, so. See if we can get a look at this measure. Okay, so just wait till we get some confirmation, and it's 2 red, so that's 2 more shots for England. So 9-7 after 8 ends, so just over halfway. sorry, 9-2 after 8 ends. So just over halfway. Okay, another jack that didn't meet the minimum length. So having a quick look at the scoreboard there, if we can. It's 1 something. It could be 11 or 19. 10. 10 or 19. So 10-5 to Spain after 8 ends against Australia. And the USA score is 11-3 against, I'm not sure what that country is they're playing. I didn't want to say it. I'm not allowed to say Cyprus anymore. Yeah, some good games. So Lean Hampshire, who's playing lead for England, out of the Isle of Wight club, or Ride Marina on the Isle of Wight, just playing for 7 years, and has 9 county titles, which is very impressive. Assuming those are all in bowls, of course.
It costs them a fortune, you know, to play on the mainland. It costs them about 100 quid every time they go across.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've never been.
They've got to go across on a ferry.
Yeah.
I said they should build a bridge, and they said no, we like to keep it like that. We like to keep water between ourselves and anybody who's trying to get in.
2 good bowls there from Lean. When did you stop playing international bowls, John? Is it recently or
When did I stop?
when? Sorry, are you still hoping to get selected?
No, not really. When did I start? I stopped. Did you
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah.
I stopped playing for 78, 90, 98.
Okay.
I think I retired.
And then you became what, team manager?
Team manager, yeah. I got team manager, and then I did team manager for 20 years. 20-year team manager, and I did performance director for the Commonwealth Games from India in 2010.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then Glasgow, and then Australia as well, I think, yeah. So I did my whack.
You did, didn't you?
I did 21 years, that was it, for England, in a relatively injury-free career. Bad attack of dandruff in Adelaide, but...
So England holding 2 there. There's two yellow balls. And career-wise, John, what did you do when you were playing? Obviously, because bowlers aren't professionals, certainly probably not in those days.
This is getting like a "This Is Your Life."
This is, you're like, yeah. I've got a big red book.
I worked for the Carlisle City Council for 37 years, and I finished as tourism manager.
Oh, well.
and it was worth 120 million to the city when we left. Very good. Yeah, it was very enjoyable. I'm afraid that isn't going to be good enough if Isle of Man are going to make any sort of recovery.
No, I don't think Karen will be particularly happy with that one.
Game's drifting away.
It is indeed.
Oh, she's gone out in sympathy. Of course, in all fairness to the players, they are long days.
They are.
I mean, you know, so it takes its toll
It does.
on.
Yeah, good adjustment there.
That's a good recovery.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the teams last night, and it's not only when you're playing; it's also you're supporting. If you've got a bye, you're generally supporting the rest of your team colleagues.
Yeah.
So they very rarely have lots of downtime. So, yeah, they are long days.
I mean, we say it's a gentle sport, but equally, I mean, you need to be quite fit.
Yeah.
To play, you know,
Yeah.
as I say, long days, and
it is.
it's good. It's good exercise, but it's tiring.
And whilst this complex, the greens are all within it, there are, as you discovered, lots of steps. Lots of steps and stairs.
I don't know exactly how many there are.
So I had a man holding one with that blue ball of Karen Slack. Her nickname is Slacky, but I just not sure I'm going to use that too often.
Great line. Just heavy.
So yeah, confirmation of that. So Isle of Man pick up a shot after having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ends on the row without score. So Isle of Man now on 3, England on 9, and we played 9 ends. And we'll get you some score updates again. After this end from both the adjacent rinks and where I know there's some interest, and obviously from around the rest of the green. I say these games play 15 ends, 2.5 hours. We've been playing for an hour and a half, so moving along at a fairly decent pace.
Who's on roving tonight with the scores?
Lorna.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Yep. Yep, Lorna's doing the scores.
Oh, cracker.
Oh, great ball. Yeah, very good. Lorna Smith, another one of our bowling legends, bowling celebrities. Do you have a club? Is there a club for bowling celebrities? Reunions and things like that. Got away with it.
Well, Dee's asked her number 2 there to play the backhand into there, and it's still a way in on the good hand on the forehand side. Yeah, good plays.
Yep, indeed. Just D's currently standing right where we would want to see that jack, but I think either man are holding one, a blue paddle.
Difficult to tell. Almost perfect.
Yeah, it did almost. Good effort there from Karen.
looks better.
Just step in front. So still 1 to Isle of Man on that front ball of Bernice's. Oh, Karen likes it. Might be 2, yep, it is indeed. So,
Forehand runner. Ball to Jack. Good choice.
who called that, eh?
Ooh.
Yeah. Clearly the right idea. So D can draw another one in.
Same again.
Oh dear. Okay, don't think that's changed anything. Could have done. Let's wait for confirmation. Yeah, indeed. So that's another 2 for the Isle of Man. So they've had a bit of a mini recovery in the last 2 ends. So now 9-5 to England after 10 ends, 2/3 of the way through the game. USA are 11-7 up in their game. Obviously Cyprus have clawed back a couple of shots. And if we can get a look at the Spain-Australia match to the right. So 11-7 after 9. So that's a close game. And on that one, 11-5 to Spain against Australia. Both Spanish teams doing really well because the Australian ladies are a strong team, lots of experience. So, if we want competitive matches.
Spain seemed to have faded a bit on the international scene. There were, some years ago, they were quite prominent in a lot of the world events. But, I don't think they've appeared to be successful recently.
And no obvious reason for that that you're aware of?
No.
Just ebbs and flows. Oh, good start. Lead Hampshire's had a pretty steady game as lead with those yellow balls.
No, tremendous lead balls.
That is great. Really good. Well played.
Ideal time to do that for England when the opposition looked as though they might be making a bit of a recovery. When you put two balls like that, that's dented their confidence.
Yeah. Perfect timing. Ooh, wow. Good ball. This is one of the better heads of balls we've seen.
And that was a tremendous ball on that side.
Led by Alison, who's the president of the Isle of Wight Ladies Bowls. I'm just full of lots of facts you didn't know, John. Isn't that right?
It's marvellous.
What you're learning here today.
Absolutely delighted. That could be very useful there if they opt for weight. It's looking good for a heavy ball right through the head. Well, that's a poor ball really when shots against, if that's the case. But
yeah, it's not adding to the head, is it? Was Karen there talking too much, perhaps? She's a lovely lady. I spoke to her a few days ago when we arrived. Really enthusiastic, very, very friendly. Really looking forward to the competition. If you didn't know any better, you'd almost think there was like a slope there, like a crown green, and it was like all tailing away to that left-hand side.
well, there's a shot on from both sides really, but it depends on how much weight is required by England. It'd be helpful to know who shot here.
So some score updates coming in. Some of these are after 10 ends. We have Scotland B, Cyprus B, Scotland B10, Cyprus B9, so very close game. Canada B5, South Africa 24. So the South African men, I think, getting back on top after their narrow loss earlier. Namibia are 6 shots down in their match. Norfolk Islands 10, England B 8. So Wales 3, Canada A 9, Scotland A 12, Czech Republic 6, and on the rink 9, the final score we have here is Jersey B 4, the Cyprus 2023 ladies 13. So a number of close games there, and they're all around about the 9-10 ends, so probably about another third of the game still to go.
Well, they should know by now that it doesn't come back from there.
Well, we weren't surprised when we saw that.
No, we weren't shocked.
That's a great effort. Oh, superb
Well, that
ball.
could be shot itself. Brilliant
that
ball.
is brilliant.
Absolutely
That is
brilliant.
Fantastic. It is indeed. That is 1 to England. Great shot from Anne.
Well, the Isle of Man have got the best back ball. Ditch weight special, right up the middle. Jack in the ditch, 2 shots. I thank you. No.
We'll take one. Yeah, well played. Yeah, excellent ball. So 1 to England there. So that's 10-5 after 11 ends, I think. Yeah. Oh, 2. Okay, my apologies. 2. So 11-5 after 11 ends. That was a very good end for England to win there,
Yeah,
Sean.
very good end. Won in style as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well earned.
Okay,
But
just
it's a
getting
game, you know, it's still a game where you've got to take your chances. You know, and I mean, there was a chance there for, you know, a 2 with the right ball.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a shot to play, to be honest. And then we're going back to the role of the skip. I mean, you know, you've got to identify which ends there's an opportunity and be aggressive or take the chance to make shots which could win you the game in the end.
Indeed. So just looking at that score on the adjacent rink, the USA now at 16-7 against against Cyprus. Looks like and a man might be holding two shots there, this early stage. Yep, two indeed.
And the other man sensibly sticking to this side of the rink. In the area.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, now I think they've got the point.
Okay. 3 now to Cyprus. Oh my God, I don't know. I'll be better tomorrow, boys.
Yeah, I think Anne's very sensibly trying to persuade number 3 to come in on that forehand underneath the short ball. Much more reliable side. It's a good lie for the Isle of Man. And they certainly need them.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good result from that. That's going to give England the shot.
Same as the last, but not quite as heavy. Would have been the instruction, I would imagine. Well, yeah, the man have got the same chance of removing the shot ball.
Oh, just can't see.
She got a surprising bend there.
Yeah, it did. One to England still. I think holding up that paddle and walking slightly up the green is fantastic because it lets us know exactly but who's holding the shot?
That was a great line.
It was, wasn't
Got
it?
a yard. Well, that last ball was short, but it might be very useful in protecting the shot ball on that forehand side.
Yeah, it's bound to be right in your eye as well, in
Yeah.
terms of, bear in mind it's a bright orange ball.
Well, she's changed her side, but still going for the shot ball, I would think. A great try.
It was indeed, yeah. Can't quite see it, but I'm sure it's finished in a good spot.
Well, it's down a good line again.
Oh, yes, well done. Very good ball. So obviously now the man happy with that result. Just wait for some confirmation. Wow, 4. Well, that's just what they ordered.
That's just what they wanted, yeah.
Yeah. So that's made a difference to the game. So we're now 11-9 to England. I had a man having picked up 4 shots there with 3 ends to go.
Drama.
I think the 2 skips have played some really good bowls this game. You know, obviously,
Yeah.
lots of drawing bowls by Anne, and now that weight shot by Dee.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of chances come along for making shots, but
No.
when they do, you've got to deliver, and that was perfect. Took the ball out, 4 shots, brilliant.
Because mostly the game has been 1s and 2s, you know, so... So update on that scoreboard next door, 14-6 to Spain, continuing to hold that lead, and the USA still in charge in their match.
Well, that's not bad. That 4 will have given Isle of Man a big lift.
Yeah, of course it will. Yeah, indeed. Oh. Oh, great ball there. So
Lean's played some great balls in this direction. She's leading
Yeah.
exceptional.
So that didn't help the Alemans' cause there. So 2 shots to England, the Yellow Bulls of Linhampshire.
Yeah. It looks difficult on that on the backhand
Yeah.
side now, but I mean the way that hand plays, you could get through that gap. Gap
That's probably where the line is.
Yeah,
On that.
yeah. You'd go down the channel that way.
Let's give them second shot.
Because there's a lot of balls being wasted on this,
Yes,
on the
yeah.
big forehand. Tightened up the backhand ever so slightly.
All of those balls seem to follow the same path, didn't they? They just all drifted away.
Yeah, there's still a channel in there. It just depends on what weight you want to play. I think the drawing chances have gone now. I think they've got to play with a little bit of weight.
Maybe not as cleanly as you imagined,
No.
John.
I think I heard England say they'd still got it, but
Ooh, that was a different line again. Okay, so down to the 2 skips now. So we still have 1 for England, which we assume is that going to be the jack high ball of Linhampshire's leads.
well, a forehand runner, you know, might be the answer. No, she's going for the backhand through the channel.
Oh, so that's promoted, I think, Bernice's ball, that grey ball, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a blue lollipop. So one back to the Isle of Man. Another ball coming up.
Well, he's opened it up a bit, that's one thing.
So Isle of Man are holding one. They're 2 shots behind. So if they hang on to that, it's going to be a very interesting last two ends.
Well, I think it's forehand runner down it, that's the shot.
Okay. So sorry. That
All
okay.
square.
Oh, indeed. Well, 2 to Isle of Man. So that makes it 11 all, 13 ends played, 2 ends to go. It's a bit more of a dramatic finish than we anticipated a few ends ago.
A mini thriller.
So just an update on some scores. Norfolk Islands 11, England B 12. Namibia are still 2 down in their match. South Africa 27, Canada B 5, and Scotland 13, Cyprus B 10. So that Jack's back at the minimum level there. 17-6 for the Spanish against the Australians. That's a comfortable lead.
Yeah, good win.
Not sure whether it's dead on or not. Or
Oh dear. And the man spirits up. New spring in the step. Got a smell of victory. Yeah, another good ball.
yeah, it's very focused bowling, that is. And just an update on the ladies' match between Wales and Canada A. It's currently 9 all. Obviously, the Welsh ladies team there are they won the Welsh Senior Fours 3 years in a row, 22, 23, 24. And then this year they've won the British Isles Championship.
I think that's a rogue ball gone off again.
Oh, that was a bit proactive. Yeah, good ball there.
Well, that was a poor effort.
Yeah, looks like 1-2 to England there, which is that yellow ball of Lee Hampshire's. And some other score updates. Scotland A 14, Czech Republic 8. That's a men's game. And Jersey B 6, the 2023 Cyprus Ladies Champions 14.
Wasted ball. Crucial end as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Maybe nerves getting a little jingle.
Oh, another. Yeah.
Very good.
Very good ball indeed. Yeah. Not sure whether that's in for another score. It's hard to tell this angle.
It's just what we were on about before, Kieran, when, it's who holds the nerve in this situation. Crucial two ends. Yeah. You can't afford to lose balls.
And really it's that penultimate end you want to win, so you're going into the last end in a little bit of control, or not chasing it.
With the advantage. Oh dear. In England with the advantage.
They are. So that other ball has come in for 2. So 2 to England. D. Lewis next to play. Islandman skip. Oh, Karen, don't stand there.
Yeah. He went down a very narrow line.
Nice to see the supporters still out there watching, all wrapped up by the looks of things.
Just weight required with this one. Absolutely perfect rode in.
Excellent ball.
Looks to be another shot, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And even if it's not, it's in a great position, but it looks to be 3 now. Big ball here for D.
I don't know whether she'll get back from there. Indeed not. That's line 3. Well, a great response from England.
Yeah, excellent game management that is. Yeah.
She's on a great road again. Well, understandable. Didn't want to do any damage.
So we'll just watch these. So clearly 2. Yes, I thought so. I think that's going to be 3. It is indeed. Yeah, that's
well, the Isle of Man will be very disappointed with that, having fought back and given themselves a bit of momentum, and then blew it really on that end.
They did. They picked up 6 in the previous 2 ends, and I say just really didn't really turn up in that last end. Great balls by particularly the lead, Lean and Skip. So last end.
I think Lean's been quite impressive, you know, and leading. But it's not easy on here leading.
No, not at all. No. So England have a 3-shot advantage, which will make them feel a lot better about things than they were maybe 10 minutes ago. 14-11, last end.
Well, never wasted there. If you're going to be a little bit awry, you better to be at the back.
Yeah.
Well, when you're 3 down, that is exactly where you don't want to be.
No.
Short and out of the head eventually. That's a great line again.
Yeah, great weight. Oh, fantastic ball.
Very good.
As a skipper, I imagine that's exactly what you want to see from your lead on the last end.
Absolutely. Well, the front touch would have been better, but that would be
typical skip, never happy.
No, that would be perfectly acceptable, though. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, good ball. Yeah, good response.
See how good that first ball of D's is now, the back one. Well, the Isle of Man have got to draw at least 2 within that second yellow ball there.
Yeah.
not ideal.
But maybe if that jack were to move at some stage, it's going in that direction, John, towards it.
Not near enough. Well, England need to get another ball in the head, that is for sure. Oh dear, that's a poor effort. See, if it's left like that, then the Isle of Man have a chance of running down if they're just a yard on and taking that yellow ball away. And if this left-hand side Isle of Man ball might count, then that's the 3.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the pressure's on the skip to
so all you
perform
need,
a miracle.
You know, an absolute minimum is just getting another in to beat that blue ball to stop them. Stop that possibility.
So here's Karen's ball, man a man, and this is an important ball now.
It is. Oh dear, is that ours? Oh no. Well, sneaks in.
It sort of helps.
I know.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh, it's going to... But
Well,
that's still an uncomfortable head for England.
yeah.
If that yellow ball on the right-hand side were to go...
If it says much like that, the Isle of Man could play for a 3 or 4 yards, push that shot ball. That's actually made it a lot better for England.
Yeah.
Because if you'd have pushed that shot ball eventually right into that corner, they were going to get 3.
They were, that's right.
So that's a good ball.
Yeah, it was perfectly weighted.
So yeah.
Okay.
So Dee needs just to move that shot ball and jack into a position where you could maybe bring those blue balls into play.
Yep.
Just marginally alters it.
And she wants to make an impact with this ball rather than having to leave it all to her very last one.
Absolutely, and make it more possible with this ball. Well, they've got 3 over there now in that area at the back, but the jack isn't going that way if it's hit. You know what I mean? If that ball's hit. But I don't think that we're ever going to get 3 down there.
No. Oh wow! Okay.
Well, yeah. Yes,
That
indeed.
didn't really do
No.
anything. Okay. So 1 for Isle of Man. Finish that off. That is going to be. But Isle of Man had chances in that last end. So Isle of Man, 1 game finishes at 14-12 to England. That was an enjoyable match.
It was, yes, it was.
It was indeed. I enjoyed that. So that brings to the end our coverage for tonight. So thank you very much for those of you who've joined us for this match and for the 2 previous games during the day. Thank you to our sponsors, to you, John, for your comments and company, to the team from Bold Cyprus here for supporting us. And we will see you again in the morning when you have the joy of John and myself again in the morning.
Oh, heck.
We are, the game we have then is another ladies match, England A versus South Africa, and that will be 9:15 in the morning. So have a good evening everyone, and thank you again for joining in.